Grandpa was kind of a serious fellow, and of course he was blind at this time too, but he got around pretty well. He could see light and dark objects a little bit, so he wasn't totally blind. He was usually busy. He was working all the time, and there's never any end of chores on a farm. As we got a little older, Grandpa would get us involved in hoeing weeds and stuff if we visited in the summer. And I think all of the cousins got quite a tutelage from our grandfather on how you control weeds and why you need to control them before they go to seed or if the problem gets worse. And this was true in the shelter belt, which they planted. And the pride and joy in the shelter belts for my grandfather was the Colorado blue spruce and Black Hills spruce. And I remember one time we were there in the summer, there was, I think, spider mites had gotten into the spruce trees, so everybody on the farm was mobilized out there spraying, I think it was malathion or something that controlled spider mites to save all of these trees. I got to know him a lot better when I worked for him in high school after my grandmother's death, and the main activity of work was stacking hay. And if I remember right, we stacked 200 some tons of hay that summer. And Bob and Dick would cut the hay, and it would lay a few days and get dry enough if it didn't rain, and then they'd rake it up, and then they would stack it. And they were on the tractors bucking the hay into the stack with a front end loader to lift it up and dump a big wad of tangled hay up on the top of this stack. And Grandpa and I were up there stacking it, arranging it with a pitchfork. And I was a high school kid, fairly proud of my fitness and strength, and I about killed myself trying to keep up with my 74 or 5-year-old grandfather, blind grandfather, on top of that haystack.